Chagalani Coffee is a coffee exporter based in Uganda that sells most of its coffee to international markets.
We receive coffee from farmers, from individual farmers, from farmer groups, and from coffee dealers countrywide. This coffee comes to our central warehouse in Kampala, and we work on this coffee. We make it ready for export.
It is vital that the company ships containers full of coffee along the northern corridor to the port of Mombasa in Kenya for export to Europe and the United States. Many companies like Chagalani Coffee rely heavily on the northern corridor trade route to import and export goods. This trade route stretches from the port of Mombasa in Kenya through Uganda to the Democratic Republic of Congo and Rwanda. The route is a vital link to global markets for landlocked countries that depend on trade to stimulate economic growth, create jobs, and reduce poverty. Trucks leaving Uganda carry their containers full of goods through different police checkpoints, weigh stations, and customs clearing points. These points are essential for monitoring trade. However, if not managed properly, these points can become major obstacles to trade and a barrier to economic growth.
There are a lot of inefficiencies in the system. It can take even 2-3 days sometimes for a truck to arrive 25 kilometers away.
We make money when the wheels are turning. We don't want to just park and wait. Therefore, if the processes would be faster, then it would be better for us.
Trade and logistics are intertwined, and you cannot be able to do competitive trade in goods if you don't have a very efficient logistics sector.
Obstacles to transit and trade include poor road infrastructure, delays clearing customs, redundant paperwork, and manual logs. In response, the World Bank is working in partnership with other development agencies to support trade facilitation programs in the region, like the East Africa Trade and Transport Facilitation Project. This project helps overcome the obstacles to trade by improving road infrastructure and customs efficiency along the corridor, and thereby stimulating economic growth in the region.
Distribution and transport constitute over 35 or 40% of the cost of a final product. So reducing it and easing it is a way of reducing cost of goods and services.
95% of goods that are imported into or exported from Uganda pass through the port of Mombasa, so improving trade efficiency must begin here.
With improved trade efficiency, there will be fast turnaround time of vessels, which will attract more shipping lines and more goods to come to the port.
As part of the Trade Facilitation Project, the World Bank and its partners have helped improve processing times at the port. From the port, the trucks that are moving goods along the corridor pass through several weigh bridges, including the Madikani Weigh Bridge, another at IT River, and then through yet another weigh bridge at Gilgil, on their way to the Kenya-Uganda border at Malaba. The East Africa Trade and Transport Facilitation Project has helped improve efficiency at the border crossing in Malaba in many ways. The first is setting up a facility called the One-Stop Border Post.
We do joint verification together with KRA. So now there's nothing like opening a container in Kenya, then again coming here and open the same container. No.
Work has been simplified, and you find that a truck can be cleared within 15 minutes on both sides.
In addition, customs documents have been standardized along the corridor so that multiple documents are no longer required.
The idea here is to ensure that you provide facilities at all border stations that are the same, that they are equivalent in effect, and the regulations are the same across both borders.
They've also merged their custom documents in that they all use now what they call as a single administrative document. So the same document used in Kenya is the same document used in Uganda.
Once you declare your good from the country of or entry, point of entry, you keep the same information up to the destination.
These documents can now be filed electronically so that they are already in the database when the trucks arrive at the customs facility.
A lot of operations are now automated, and even shippers can be able to do some of these operations by themselves.
Now we are encouraging the clearing agents and the business community to pre-lodge their documents before the trucks come. So we are doing this to reduce the time of clearance.
Chagalani Coffee in Uganda provides one example of how improved customs clearing efficiency can also boost economic growth.
The benefits for a business like Chagalani are really direct, because if you are able to load coffee here and take it to Mombasa, in 5 days, we would be saving about 15 days in financing cost. It used to take such a long time. You would, on average, be working with about 40 to 50 days to arrange coffee from Kampala to shipment on a vessel. However, today, we do all that in a space of between 18 to 23 days.
The East Africa Trade and Transport Facilitation Project plays a crucial role in improving the East African transportation and trade network. Through improved customs clearing times and freight transit times, businesses in the region are operating with greater ease and contributing to larger economic integration. There is still much more to be done to make this route internationally competitive and reduce the costs of moving goods along the corridor. By continuing to improve infrastructure, make systems and procedures more efficient, and increase cooperation between stakeholders, exporters will become more competitive, create jobs, stimulate economic growth, and contribute to poverty reduction in the region.
Over the years, a lot has been done to get to where we are. We are not there, we are not yet where we want to be, but certainly there's been an improvement.
We are very grateful for the efforts put in with the other development partners that come to assist a country like Uganda or a region like East African Community in developing its infrastructure to make sure that the existing companies can manufacture and put their products on the market at very competitive prices, because the world now is becoming a global village.
We've come a long way, and right now, as the head of logistics Chagalani, I'm happy the way we are working right now. But I know that we can definitely do much, much better.